30th Anniversary Special, April 5, 1994. The death of Kurt Cobain and the chilling evidence that he was murdered. Kurt Cobain was 27 years old when he died on April 5, 1994. While his death has always been ruled a suicide, not everyone has accepted the official story. Private investigator Tom Grant, who took a close look at the case while it was unfolding, believes that Kurt Cobain was murdered. Specifically, Grant thinks that Cobain's wife Courtney Love was involved in a conspiracy that resulted in the murder of the musician. While Grant has been the most vocal believer of this theory over the years, investigative journalists Ian Halperin and Max Wallace have also publicly supported this point of view, even publishing books that make the case that Kurt Cobain was murdered. Perhaps most shockingly, Cobain's own grandfather believed Kurt had been murdered. Among the reasons why Tom Grant thinks Kurt Cobain was murdered is his core challenge that Cobain couldn't have injected himself with such a large amount of heroin 3 times a lethal dose and then been able to shoot himself. Grant believes that even a heroin addict would have been incapacitated and unable to pick up a gun. Further examinations of the weapon can never be conducted due to Love's donating the shotgun to Mothers Against Violence days after his death. Another reason why Grant believes that Kurt Cobain was murdered is because of inconsistencies in his suicide note. Grant believes the top half of Cobain's letter was meant as a press announcement, leaving the music business behind. But since the bottom half of the note has different content and mentions Love and Cobain's daughter Frances, he thinks this was added by someone else. Before the last Nirvana show in Munich on March 1st, Cobain got into a fight with his wife over the phone. Nirvana did play that night, but not before Cobain rushed into the opening act's dressing room, telling the Melvins' Buzz Osborne how desperate he was to divorce his wife and break up the band. This gives credence to the theory that the note was a press release regarding his retirement. It also supports theories that Love would rather have Cobain dead than divorce her. Menders frontman E.L. Deuce, who came forward to claim that Courtney Love tried to offer him $50,000 to kill Kurt Cobain, was found dead after being run over by a train just days after being interviewed about Cobain in 1997. Grant's theory was bolstered by claims made by Hank Harrison, Courtney Love's estranged father, who believes that Love was involved in Cobain's death. The world may never know what really happened to Cobain that first week of April in Seattle in 1994, but his loss is still being felt 30 years later.